Welcome back to the Captain's Log. I'm Captain Logan.
And I'm Eric.
And Eric is going to help me talk about some news. We're going to knock out as many things as we can, Eric, in about 20 minutes. And usually we go a little bit longer on the show. We have a crazy amount of news over the last few weeks because it's been so long since we've done an omnibus. But we're not going to get to everything. So we're going to do something we've never done before. We're going to start from the most recent stuff and work our way up.
That's a good idea.
And we're going to do as many things as we can in 20 minutes. And if we don't get to everything, we'll have talked about the stuff that just happened, at least. So that's good. So the first thing is that Black Widow is reportedly rated R. I don't believe that for a minute.
I don't believe it for a second.
But that was reported today, and I'm very skeptical of that news.
I don't believe that. I really don't believe that. Or it will be the first Marvel movie that has nothing to do with the rest of the Marvel universe and like won't have an after credits scene that ties to anything. Like it has. If it's R-rated, it has to be a movie kids can skip.
If they make that movie, though, that isn't related to anything else, that sets a precedent that could be really good for them.
That's true.
Or they can do anything else they want to. Like I like that. I don't care if it is connected to anything else. Because here's the thing.
A Black Widow movie could be R-rated, and I'm not against that. I just don't believe it.
Yeah, and it's not a bad idea for it to be. And like the article I read was like, well, if it deals with a lot of stuff with, you know, her upbringing, the Red Room and all of that, like it could get really super dark. But the thing is,
Skyfall.
If they're going to deal with a lot of but there could be more torture and things. I don't know. Like if they did that and they were going to deal with a lot of background stuff, though, how would it not connect? Because you'd be informing the rest of
unless it's your last movie.
Yeah.
Does this movie feel like it almost isn't getting made? I felt like it went from like a rumor to it's shooting soon, like that.
Yeah.
Like they might be making a Black Widow movie. I mean, this is part of the thing with Marvel. Like, we don't know what happens.
We don't have an official slate.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm not against the idea. I just after Endgame, after Infinity War, I'm trying to think of Marvel movies more as corporate products.
Yeah.
And that would help to sway that.
Yeah, no, it really would. And the article I read was like, and there's some speculation, but it was like, well, you know, because of the success of Logan and stuff, they're considering this kind of thing. And I'm like, okay, but if they finally make a different Daredevil show on their streaming service, is that going to be like the Netflix show, or is it going to be more PG-13 and watered down like everybody's expecting it will be? They set this precedent. Why can't they do anything they want to? And then you're going to wonder.
Well, then make the R-rated Daredevil movie.
Yeah, sure. Well, they might do that, and they might keep TV a little bit more kid-friendly.
We'll see.
Who knows?
I don't mind them doing like a Marvel Max if that's what they do.
And yeah, that movie is filming next month. Wow.
I hope it's good. I really hope
it's good. Me too. And I'm in the camp that says I shouldn't have taken this long. Like, I agree with people that say
it should have been in Phase 3.
I think so, too. Like,
at the very least, a Black Widow Hawkeye movie.
People have complained about that, and I mean, you know, some people have said she got shafted because she's a woman or whatever, and I don't know. I'm not gonna.
She's just not a major character in the comics.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But
we hit all the major characters.
The reason I think she should have gotten her own movie is because she proved herself as worthy of one and would be able to carry her own in Winter Soldier. I loved her so much in that movie. I wanted to see her get her own film.
Although she's done a lot since then that makes me not want her to have her own film.
No, but she can play that character.
Maybe.
And she's sometimes a little different in different movies. Anyway,
I hope it's not like Ghost in the Shell.
Apparently, Netflix is working on a Resident Evil TV show.
Yeah, and there's like a picture now.
Oh, is there?
I saw a picture on Facebook. I don't know if it's official, but if it is, it's the house from Resident Evil 1.
Oh.
Now, what I read in the article is that it's gonna like, I don't know. They always say things and like they never keep doing.
You mean Resident Evil 1 the movie or the game?
No, the game.
The game. Okay.
The game. Because Resident Evil 1 takes place in a house.
Yeah. No, I'm just making sure.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the house.
I've never seen that film, so I don't know. But I assume you're talking about the game.
Kind of. There is a house in the first movie, and I forget if it's supposed to be the house in the game. The first movie plays like it's a prequel to the game, and then the second movie just doesn't do the game at all. I mean, it kind of does 3, but like it's a whole thing.
Okay, all right.
What it sounds like from the article, and like nobody ever seems to like know how to talk in interviews or like in quotes or whatever. It sounds like it's going to be canon with the games and it's going to weave in and out of the mythology, adding to it. I don't know about that. like that seems real tricky, especially with Resident Evil. I'm fine with being quite liberal with the adaptations. Like, video games are not movies, not TV shows. But the fact that the picture I saw, if it's official,
visual and moving and cinematic in the first place, what is the point of doing exactly what's in the game?
Yeah, well, and I mean,
you might as well just put all the cutscenes together and put that out.
Resident Evil doesn't have great stories. Like I like Resident Evil stories, but like,
if you want to add some character dimension and make it more character-driven.
Yes. So like, I would love the idea of each season as a game, but like it's not exactly a game. Like it's expanded upon and like made more character. That's a great idea. I love that.
You know what video game movies should be?
I mean, listen, I like Resident Evil. Like, at least up there.
No, I know that about you. Yeah. I think video game movies should be video games with the boring parts cut out.
Yeah, like melodrama.
Yeah, that's what I think they should be.
That's what Hitchcock's had on melodrama. It's just like for the boring parts cut out.
That's why I said that.
Oh, okay.
That was my joke.
Well, when I said that, you gave me like a weird look, and I was like,
"Yeah, but look, jokes are always funnier when you explain them."
Sure.
No, I'm just New Mutants has been delayed again and might just go to Hulu. That's unfortunate.
Yup. I have nothing to add.
Yeah, no, it's just unfortunate.
We were talking about this because someone at my work wanted to make a bet on this. I'm like, I'm not willing to go either way on this.
Yeah.
Do you think it will come out this year? Will New Mutants come out in 2019?
Wherever, whether it's in the theater or
I'm not willing to put money down that it will come out.
I'm not willing to put. Now, I will put money down on Dark Phoenix. They have spent too much money on that movie. That will come out. That will,
in whatever shape or form it's in.
It will come out.
Yep.
But New Mutants is anybody's guess. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
But yeah, really sad where X-Men is right now. With that stuff they can't get. Yeah.
Marvel's really lucky that they just got Fox because like they're kind of running out of like major characters that like are easily adaptable in the film, and then they've got all the X-Men.
Well, and honestly, Fox is kind of lucky they got bought up because this would have happened regardless of Disney buying them.
That's true.
And
That's true.
Then they'd be in trouble trying to put more X-Men movies out. So, do you want to talk about Rob Liefeld's huge X-Men crossover?
Oh my God, I would love to talk about Rob Liefeld's huge X-Men crossover with Commander X. Rob Liefeld said that when you do Rally Comics, because he worked on New Mutants and the X-Force, and he was there for about 2.5 years. There's always stories that you just didn't get to tell. And Commander X is a big one.
Big story.
Sorry, it's Major X.
Major X.
It's Major X. It's not Commander. It's Major X. Commander X was originally the name for Cable.
I didn't know that.
That was his idea for the name for Cable, and
of course it was.
Louise Simonson said, "No, that's dumb."
I wonder what she would have said about Major X.
So Major X is Rob Liefeld says that now that Disney owns Fox and they have the X-Men rights again, they finally have money to spend on the X-Men. So obviously you go to Rob Liefeld. I don't know if he's drawing it. Is it worse if he only writes it? Is it worse if he writes and draws it, or is it worse if they bought Rob Liefeld as a writer?
That's absolutely worse.
Okay.
It's like McFarlane just writing, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, like I think he's talented in a way that Liefeld is not. But what is the point of bringing Liefeld on just to write? He really can't write.
Yeah, the difference between Liefeld and McFarlane's art is the difference between Liefeld and McFarlane's writing.
Yeah. Yes. And he's not going to write any differently than he did in 1992. It's going to be exactly the same way. It's going to be just like when you got Stan Lee. Like, he's going to write exactly the same way.
I also am not convinced it is actually a major event.
No, I'm not.
I would love it if it was. Like, that's berserk. That's nuts. I would love that.
They're going to call it that
because
their main character has the word major in his name. And
I want it to be called like major event. Wait! Sorry! I forgot to tell you. I forgot to say my favorite thing about it.
Yeah.
Which is that Major X comes from another dimension called Existence.
No.
Existence.
You see what I mean? He's not going to write any differently than he did in 1992.
I love it so much.
Are you going to read this stuff?
No.
Oh, okay. You just want to talk about it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't read current comics.
If I'm ridiculous and I buy it, I'm not planning on it. But if I do,
here's the thing: have you tried to read a lot? Rob
I can't do it.
I can't either. I can't promise you. I can promise I could try. But I can't promise I won't read
Dude, if I buy it, I can't promise you that I'll read it.
I just think it's funny.
Eric, we're getting finally a Power Rangers fighting game in April.
Kind of.
What do you mean, kind of?
Well, isn't it? It's a download only game, and
Well,
it's by the
but a
phone
lot of
people.
things are. Yeah, but it's a traditional fighter.
Okay.
Now, I don't know how good it's going to be. It is by the people making the phone game, but they have assured us that it's, and we've seen gameplay. They have assured a little bit. They've assured us that it is a traditional fighter with regular fighting controls.
Well, that's kind of what I meant by kind of was like, I don't have a lot of hope that's going to be good.
I don't have a lot of hope that it'll have a lot of depth to it. However,
there's a distraction.
Yeah, there's a surprising amount of depth for the phone game for the kind of thing it is.
I am interested to know how many characters there are.
Same here.
What the character selection is like, and what the character difference is.
Yep. Yeah. No. Me too. Yeah. Exactly. One thing that's nice about it is, and I guess this makes sense since they're phone game people and they go cross-platform there, but it's going to be cross-platform. So, like, if you have it on Switch, you can play people on PS4.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which more things are going to, but not a ton is going to. So it's cool that they even thought to do with that.
Yeah.
I don't plan to play it online, but it's cool that they have that. But anyway, Jason is really excited about it. I want to be really excited about it. I don't trust it'll be great. I'm with you, but I want to be excited. This is a thing I've wanted forever.
Yeah.
Orange Fighting. And it's supposed to be characters, within a bunch of the different shows, but who knows how many characters we'll get.
Yeah.
It would be really cool if...
Imagine Defenders there.
Yeah. It would be really cool if everybody that's currently in the phone game is in the game. And also...
That'd be a huge roster.
It'd be a giant roster. And
there's no way those characters differentiate that much, right?
No. I would probably... Well, I don't know.
In a fight... I think the best we can hope for is that each Ranger team has a different fighting style, and you can switch to the colors. I think that's the best we can hope for.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm actually really interested to see how they do this.
Yeah. But it's a thing I've wanted forever. Like, obviously, I hope Zed's there. It'd be really cool if they did some, weird pulls. They have, like, Imus or something.
And, like, Street Fighter characters.
I really hope they don't have Street Fighter characters. But they've pulled away from that. Apparently, you can't still get the Street Fighter characters. Like, you had to get them when they first came in. That was like a limited time thing.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
So, well, I don't know if it intended to start that way. It might have happened because of Backlash. I'm not sure. But anyway,
But if you have them, you can still use them?
Yes.
Okay.
Kelsey Grammar is going to be on the 150th episode of Arrow, which is kind of surprising that they got him. He is,
Is he Clock Emperor?
No, he's not any major comic character or anything. I think he's supposed to be like a journalist who comes in to like do interviews and things.
That's a waste
to find Arrow.
It could be fine if he's a therapist. It could be fine if he's a therapist.
I don't think it's going to be he's a therapist, but no, they're not going to do. They're not going to write him a good script. I mean, that's probably not going to happen. But I don't know. It's cool they got him. I'll see what that's like, I guess.
Did they have the part and like see if he was available? Like, did they write it for him, or did like Kelsey Grammar was just like having me walking down the office like, yeah, I guess you could be in this episode.
Well, they're making a big announcement out of it. Like, it's 150th episode, so we better get a big name, But
Sideshow Bob.
But yeah, I think the whole thing's supposed to be done like documentary style.
Okay.
So,
I want to be excited about that because I like Kelsey Grammar and he was good in Transformers 4. I know he can play a villain.
Yeah, no, it would be really cool if they cast him as somebody.
Yeah, he could die at the end of the episode. Like, that would be cool.
Like I said earlier, in the omnibus, Chris Evans and Tom Holland are going to be in a Netflix movie called The Devil All the Time, which I think is a novel, but I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
I've not looked deep into this, but they're going to be in a movie together, so that's cool. You want to talk about the John Wick trailer?
John Wick rides a horse and shoots a guy while he's riding a horse. It's the coolest thing in the trailer. I don't know why. I can't get the coolest thing.
It is the same thing. It looked amazing.
But John Wick rides a horse and shoots somebody while he's riding the horse. It's awesome.
My big thing is I hope Fishburne gets a lot to do. Mm-hmm. I'm very excited about more Fishburne in that universe. And I loved our introduction to him, but I want him to be all over the movie. I really do.
I want Halle Berry to get out of all of the franchises I'm enjoying, because she's also in Kingsman 2.
Oh, is she really?
Yeah.
Why is she in that movie?
I don't know.
And I didn't know she was in that movie.
I didn't
see her in the last 20 seconds of the trailer. Like, oh man!
Yeah.
Halle Berry!
That's disappointing.
What are you doing here?
I feel like that movie's going to be great except for Halle Berry. Now maybe she'll surprise me. Maybe that director will...
And she does
will be
sometimes
like,
surprise you.
Does
But,
she?
yeah, she's been in a couple things that are where I liked her a lot.
Okay.
What is
She's
that?
not terrible in Kingsman 2, but she's, like, almost all of her scenes are cut.
What is that weird movie I reviewed with, all the different time periods that keeps weaving it out with the Wachowski thing?
Yeah.
I like her okay in that.
Okay.
I can't think of the name of that.
Okay.
But I like
she's not trying to be cool. She's really bad at trying to be cool.
Yes.
She's... Halle Berry acting in anything with action is like somebody's mom trying to act cool and tough.
I mean, she probably is somebody's mom. I'm sure she is.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I do. I'm sorry.
Please stop.
I apologize. You're right. Your point stands. Halle Berry is like somebody's mom.
Yeah.
Eric, we've got a teaser for the Ghostbusters movie that was secretly being made that nobody knew about.
Yep.
And that Jason Reitman is directing, who was supposed to direct it initially before it turned into the Ghostbusters reboot, and now Ghostbusters 3 is back on.
Yep. Well, that's what happens when your movie bombs.
Yeah.
But
and so,
you formed a whole group of people to like be the guardians of this property?
Yeah. So you said after the Ghostbusters reboot bombed that because of the social climate that created and the rifts that it created and how it didn't make any money and how it made a bunch of people angry for lots of different reasons, that it needed another 10 years before you tried it again.
I still think I might be right.
As I'm seeing reactions from people who like championed that the movie in the first place, the reboot, both like both people in the media and just people tweeting and stuff, I think you're right. I don't know how much it's going to ultimately hurt the box office.
I don't think it will at all. Just like it didn't help the box office of that abomination of a film.
But it makes me worried that forevermore, Ghostbusters of all things will be the most politicized
and Leslie
franchise.
Jones' comment is the most ignorant and obnoxious thing. It's ridiculous. And she didn't even have all her facts when she went off and did that. Because we know that the team is 2 men and 2 women.
Yeah.
Which is this weird thing, because we talked about this.
Yeah.
If we came back the first time, before we did the reboot, if we came back and did Ghostbusters 3, it was 2 men and 2 women, wouldn't think about it.
No.
Female Ghostbusters in the cartoons, in the comics, wouldn't even think about it.
But
now it feels like they were forced to do it.
Yeah, like it was a political move, or like a PR move.
Yeah, like I had to do it.
It better be half and half. It can't be 3 guys and 1 woman, or like it's...
Yeah. So...
And again, that's not me saying I have a problem that it's half women.
No, I don't have a
Or
problem.
even if it was all women.
No, I have no problem with it. But now it feels like they had to do it. Like it feels like they were
I've said this before. I wanted the all-female Ghostbusters spin-off, not the reboot.
Yeah.
When originally it was rumored, I know I've talked about this before.
Like Elijah Dushku.
But yeah, when originally it was rumored that it was going to be a 4-women team with Elijah Dushku on the team, I was all in. That sounded like the coolest thing.
Mm-hmm. It was also
Now, yeah, it would have been Ghostbusters more actiony because it sounded like they were going to go for like hot action chicks.
Mm.
And like I'm not saying that I couldn't have also been excited about a thing that wasn't just hot action chicks. Like it's not about that. It's just they were picking people I liked, and I don't care what the gender is if it's cool characters. Yeah.
Yeah. Now.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
Kristen Bell?
Now I'm not sure if I'm talking
She's
about the same person
crazy
you're
chick
talking
in
about.
Heroes. She's blonde.
Oh no, she would have been great.
Yeah.
I was thinking of someone else. She would have been great.
Rock of Mars.
Yes, of course.
Should have been Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Should have been Harley Quinn. And wanted to be Harley Quinn. But
she would have been a good Harley Quinn.
The early stuff that we've heard, and like I'm having trouble filtering out like what's rumors and what's confirmed.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's confirmed that there's 2 men and 2 women, but I'm pretty sure it is. It also sounds like they're going to be younger. Like they might be kids, which is why it's in like a farmhouse. Is like.
Strange.
It sounds like they might be going for like the Stranger Things kind of vibe, and I'm sure that kid from Stranger Things will be in there. Yeah. But I don't know if that's 100% true.
Okay.
The big thing that I'm excited about is that it's written and directed by Jason Reitman, who is Ivan Reitman's son. And originally when it was announced, I was like, I really like some of his movies, but he's really hit or miss. And I went and looked at his filmography, and I was wrong.
He's more hit than miss.
Everything he's done that I've seen, I've loved, and everything that he's done that I haven't seen, I've heard is great.
Wow. And does he write most of his stuff?
No, well, he writes some of it.
I'm just saying, you said you were excited that he's writing.
I'm actually sure he's writing it. He's directing it.
You said he's writing it.
I said he's writing it, but I could be wrong now.
But yeah, no, we know he's directing. And again, he was supposed to direct it in the first place.
But like, there's a movie that's sitting on my stack for he made me watch that he directed. Because he directed Young Adult.
I know there are a lot of people that are not excited about this, whether they liked the reboot or not, and just think it's time to put it to bed, and that, like, you know, we shouldn't do the old man Ghostbusters thing and the passing the torch and everything. I want to be excited about this.
I am excited.
This is what I wanted to see in the first place, and it might end up being horrible, or it might end up being great, but I want to see what happens with it.
And Dan Aykroyd's involved,
yeah,
which makes me think that. Because aside from the fact that I thought only 2 jokes in the entire reboot were funny, my biggest problem with that movie, and Melissa McCarthy even being approached for that film, my biggest problem is all that supernatural stuff feels so generic and phoned in, and part of what's great about Ghostbusters is that Dan Aykroyd believes, and there's researched a lot of that stuff,
yes.
And so you can just tell, it's just different. And I'm hoping that this film will have that, and it won't feel like just a generic, like, Ghostbusters 2's plot is dumb and doesn't make sense. It's not generic.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for some of that with this, because I did not get that.
It just didn't feel authentic.
Yeah, yeah.
And I watched a Midnight's Edge video about all the new developments, and they said something I had not thought of before, which is that Paul Feig did what he always does, which is he made a parody of the thing.
Yeah.
That he was making, and that the problem is this time it had the name of the thing he was parodying in it, so if they just called it something generic and it wasn't a Ghostbusters movie, nobody would have cared. But because it was a Ghostbusters movie, it was a problem. And like, I agree with that. He was just doing what he always makes. He was just the wrong guy for the job.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yeah. We are out of time. Let me mention one more thing real briefly, which is that Aquaman has beaten all of the other DC movies, and it's absolutely nuts. So the record was Rises, and it's now past Rises.
Well, I think the record domestically was Dark Knight, and internationally was like globally was Rises. Right. It beat both.
It beat both.
It's both.
Last time I wrote this down, it had just beat the domestic Dark Knight total, and
but it's now beaten the global Dark Knight Rises.
It has won the universe for DC superhero films.
Yep.
Absolutely insane.
Which makes me wonder.
Which also has to make it one of the highest grossing films of all time, right? Because Dark Knight and Rises both made an insane amount of money.
Yeah, it's probably at least in the top 10. Because
we
just
live
keep pushing that
in a topsy-turvy world. We're talking about a character, Eric, who, up until New 52, couldn't keep it on going.
Mm-hmm. So here's what's interesting.
Like, we thought Guardians going mainstream was weird. This is weirder.
So here's what's interesting. So this movie makes all this money, and the next word we hear from Warner Bros. Is that there is no more extended universe.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that James Wan had a lot of input on this, and I think what they wanted to do in the first place was a more director-driven, creator-driven. Like, if they can run with this, I think they could really hurt Marvel.
They could.
If they start making real movies with real filmmakers, and like they just let them do whatever they want.
Yeah, and they're not at all concerned with like, it seems like they have the potential to go. This is the analogy, to go from New 52 to Rebirth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because the problem with New 52 was the editorial tied everybody's hands behind their backs and told them what to do and kept making changes at the 11th hour. Sound familiar?
Yeah. Yep.
And Rebirth worked because they just threw their hands in the air and said, make whatever. And that's what they did, and it was great.
It's going to be weird that there's no extended universe, but there's going to be like 16 movies starring Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
Yeah, and we're still going to have half of the cast of Justice League in the same roles in movies that are officially not connected to the DCEU. Because we're going to keep running with this Aquaman. Obviously, it makes that much money, they're making a sequel. Oh, and I love
James Wan won't sign on to a sequel until he's got a good script. Which is
integrity.
Something no one at Marvel has ever said ever.
That is integrity.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Which means, if he signs on, we can be relatively sure that it's a good script.
Yeah.
Because I believe him.
Yeah, I do too. I like Aquaman more than most
this
people
movie.
I
believe him.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's... I get why people don't like that movie, but I liked it.
Yeah, me too.
So...
Well, it's made more than Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises, so it's obviously a great movie.
No,
if you look at the box office, clearly it made that much money, and people must love it. It must be great.
Dude, look at Transformers movie, okay?
Sure. Look at Last Jedi.
So... that's going to be it for news today. There's a lot of other things we could have talked about, but we didn't talk about the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. But
it's awesome! Mysterio's awesome!
On the Captain Logan show. But,
yeah, that's my big... Mysterio's... Oh, wait, actually, can I ask you a question about that?
Yeah, no, go right ahead.
Okay.
Sorry, I just remember that was the other thing we probably should bring up, but yeah.
CJ had a discussion about this. So we have Sandman and Hydro Man.
Do we know for sure that those are those characters?
I mean, he's a big sand guy, a big water guy.
I'm just asking. Because we had not heard that before, and I keep hearing like elementals, but they might not all be those characters, and I don't know.
Okay. So my question, just going off the trailer,
Right.
CJ had this discussion because I assumed I was like, okay, so they're going to be like the Shocker was in Homecoming. Well, like they're going to be the grunts working for Mysterio, and they're going to be attacking things, and Mysterio's doing Syndrome. CJ thinks that they're not real at all, that they're illusions.
Oh, that's possible.
Do you have a call?
I think that's likely unless we go look at a cast list and their cast.
It's even more full-blown Syndrome.
Yeah, because I've not gone and looked at the cast list.
Okay.
And if those characters are not listed, then that is a good possibility. It's weird that there's been no mention of it, because like by this point, when we had a trailer, we knew about Shocker.
That's true.
With Homecoming.
That's true.
So
do we know about Tinker? I mean, that's exactly the same thing, but sure.
I'm not sure.
Sure.
But we had a lot of names.
Yeah.
And we knew there were 3 or 4 villains, and people were worried it was going to be too many villains, and we realized, oh, they're not all full-fledged villains.
Yeah.
You really only have one full-fledged villain in that movie. I had not thought of that. I think that's very likely.
Okay. I hadn't either.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if they do that, that could be cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's going to be it for the Captain's Log. Stick around, won't you, for our final segment for the Geekvolution Omnibus. We're going to answer a few of your questions, and we got some cool ones this time, so look forward to that. And in the meantime, thanks so much for watching. I am Captain Logan.
And I'm Eric.
See you in a bit.